Welcome to another episode of Croc Talk TV podcast. I'm your host, former NFL and AFL defensive back, Eric Crocker. And on today's episode, I'm being joined by DJ Reed, former 49er, obviously current Seattle Seahawks. We're going to get into a lot of adversity that he's had to kind of battle through just to kind of get to this point, man. And I think a lot of people know, you guys know the athletes, right? You guys see them play on Sundays, and everybody just looks at them as like a player. But, NFL players, whatever, professional athletes, it shouldn't have to be said, but they're humans too. And they have these stories. I think DJ Reed had a very interesting one. So I really wanted to get him on. I messaged him. He was nice enough to come on. And I thought, you know what? It's going to be a good story for everybody to hear. So with no further ado, before we get started, make sure you guys, if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Croc Talk TV, and make sure you guys hit that like button. All right, now we're getting them on. My guy, DJ Reed, what's up, man?
What's good, my dog? And hey, shout out to you, bro. Like, I've been following you since I got to the league and your fan base. Your Twitter's been growing because you understand that DB position. So when you ask me, you feel me, I have to come show love on me.
I appreciate that. And, this is all about, kind of overcoming adversity and whatnot. And there was some adversity that you had to overcome. And it really starts with your swag your rookie year. I tweeted out that picture a long time ago. I was like, DJ Reed, we gotta fix this face mask. You was like, man, I'm not changing the face mask. I'm wearing that face mask. But not only have you switched that face mask, you've leveled up all over. Bro, listen, I'm watching you on the Seahawks, and I'm proud. Like, I feel like a big brother. Like, I'm looking like, man, he really did it. Like, he clean out there, he swagged up. Like, I love it. So and I know it wasn't all me, but what went into just like changing the way you looked on the field? Because a lot of people don't think too much about the swag and stuff like that. But you started off, it was a little shaky, and you got it down now.
Yeah, bro. So honestly, like, I went to Kansas State, so like really when I came into the league, I was just like, I still had that mindset, like, I gotta get it. So you feel me?
Yeah.
My face mask was whatever. I don't like really changing too much. So I was rocking the Rebel Speed. So I had the same face mask. I had a quarterback face mask so I could see everything. I was out there with no sleeves on. just gloves, just trying to get it. But, as I got older, I was like, bro, swag up. You feel me?
They had you in that number 40 and everything. It was looking all big. I was like, dang, they got my dog looking bad.
Bro, they had me in a 40 piece, bro. I was like, I was drafted. I'm like, I can't show me no love, but it was hard to find a number. It wasn't that much numbers available, but yeah, bro, the swag. I seen you tweet that too. I was like, who is this dude? I was like, who's this dude? But I was looking at it like, man, you do look kind of rough. But I was just like, man, I gotta get it. So that's just what it was.
Yeah. All right. So I want to kind of get into like just a little bit of how you grew up and whatnot. And you're not a big guy in stature. Like, were you always kind of the smaller guy?
Oh yeah, for sure. Growing up, I played all type of sports. I played soccer, I wrestled, I played football, I played tennis. Like, my mom and my dad, they put me in a lot of sports growing up. So I think that helped with just my athletic ability to play corner and just being able to play all those sports, the coordination and all that. I think it all tied into it.
Now, being smaller, do you feel like you have to have like a different mindset than everybody else? Because, everybody, I was just at a bunch of camps right over this weekend. I went to one in Dallas, Texas at SMU, and I'm standing next to all the coaches, all the scouts, all that stuff. And the main thing they always talk about, like, oh, he's nice, but he's just smaller. So was that something that you felt like you had to kind of overcome? And what type of mindset did you take on from that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like, from an early age, I figured that I was going to be small, I was going to be vertically challenged. I played basketball as well. So my dad, my older brothers, they always told me, like, bro, you got to be twice as better than everybody else because you already don't pass the look test. So for me, it was just like, bro, I have to make it obvious every time I play that I'm the best on the field. So that's always been my mindset. That's why, the transition to the league wasn't that hard for me because that's been in my mindset since I was young.
So what went into, I know you went to Fresno State, and I believe you redshirted that year and then went to junior college. What went into, choosing to go there, a college with Fresno State? People don't know this, but it be kind of popping in the Central Valley. Like, people are excited to go to Fresno State, but after a year, you ended up leaving. What happened there?
Yeah, so I mean, at a high school, I didn't have any offers, and part of it was on me. I feel like because I was into basketball, like I was a basketball player, like that's what I wanted to do. Reality hit in, like bro, you five, I was coming out probably like 5'8". I was nice, but it's like, bro, you're not gonna be able to go to the NBA. Like that's just the honest conversations I had with my older brother, and he was like, with football, he was like, you naturally gifted, bro. Like you could play DB at a high level, you could, make it to the league. So it was something I just had to adjust to. And it was to the point, bro, my sophomore year in high school, I didn't play football. I was focused on basketball all year long.
Yeah.
So I feel like that year was detrimental. My junior year I played, my senior year I played, but I didn't go to any football camps. I was really just thinking like, oh, my high school highlight, I'm gonna be able to make it out, but that wasn't the case. And then also being undersized, you feel me? It wasn't gonna happen. D1 wasn't there for me, so I
Yeah.
humbled up, went to Fresno State, actually pulled up there with my brother. They watched my tape, they liked it, and they was just like, okay, if we have a roster spot, you could be a preferred walk on. So they ended up calling me 3 weeks later, and that's how I went to Fresno State.
Oh, nice. So the one, I guess the one thing, I mean, I took away, a few things, but one good thing is that you have somebody that's willing to keep it real with you. Because I think, like, there are a lot
Yeah.
of people that surround themselves with yes men or people that are kind of afraid to tell somebody really how it is. But you it sound like you got a big brother that's like, look, you're a little undersized for a hooper. This might be a better route. You know what I'm saying? Like, how big of a role did your brother play really throughout your entire kind of, sports progress?
Yeah, man, he played a big role. If you watch on the YouTube, I got the Niners did a documentary of me actually the end of my rookie year. If you watch that, you'll see my big brother. His name is Craig Noble. I grew up with he's my god brother, but he a brother to me.
Yeah.
Straight out of high school, I had no offer. So literally that whole summer, I kid you not, every day we were grinding. And I'm talking about like the work he put me through, nothing has been harder than that. And I feel like I developed a mindset of just resiliency just from training with my bro and just, we to put it short, bro, we got after it. So like and he didn't charge me, he just did it out of love. At the time he's you know what I'm saying, he spent his time with me, like he really believed in me. So he's a big part of my success.
So, obviously, maybe you didn't earn the scholarship at Fresno State, so you ended up bouncing to junior college. What was junior college like in comparison to what people see on TV with, like Indy and, all the last chance you stuff? That paints a certain picture of junior college, but junior college ball in California is way different. I went through it, but let me know about your kind of experience playing junior college and like the shoes. That's some more adversity that you had to battle through just going through that whole process.
Oh yeah, like no disrespect to junior colleges that get scholarships, but man, they living good compared to how they live in Cali. Straight up. I mean, bro, it was times where we didn't know when we was gonna eat. It was times where we didn't eat before the game. I remember we played Hancock. Me and my boy Eli, we literally had no food before the game, bro, playing on empty stomach, and we had a late night game. It was like all mental, and on top of that, you got to stay healthy. And as Cerritos, it wasn't the best treatment, so it's like you got to really try to take care of your body, but you have no money. You feel me? So it's like
Yeah.
I can't go get a massage. I didn't get one massage in JUCO because I couldn't afford it, but I had to stretch every day. I had to like really. I like Googled stuff to do, you know what I'm saying, yoga type of stuff to decrease back tightness. Really had to be like my own doctor in a way. It was
It's
interesting. It
crazy.
was interesting mentally telling yourself like, bro, you cannot get an injury here or your career might be over. That was in the back of my mind every game I played in. Like, bro, you gotta really take care of your body the best way you can, or this could be, you know what I'm saying, you could be working a 9 to 5.
Man, and those are some of the things that people don't understand about California junior college. I was just talking to my homeboy Chris before you and I hopped on, and he was talking about how, some of his teammates, you got 9 people in one apartment, just trying to figure out how to make it. I know from my experience, me and my best friend Donald, like, we used to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of the trunk of his car, or we walk to the corner store and eat corn dogs. Like, and but then you see on TV, these guys are in dorms, they got meal plans out there, and I'm like, man, California junior college is nothing like that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like you said, I was living with about 8, 9 dudes. I was living with a lot of dudes. Wasn't paying rent, so I didn't have a say of how the situation was. But the situation was bad, not sanitary. sleeping on the floor. But I mean, at the end of the day, it humbles you. But it's like, man, when you going through it, it's tough. Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't take it back for anything. Like, one thing about JUCO, I met my best friends there. You feel me? We went through hard times, and I feel like we came out victorious. We all went to D1 schools, and those are my best friends. So that says a lot about how real the friendships, are the brotherly bonds you form when you in JUCO. And then also, we was still having fun. Like we was pulling up to USC parties, you feel me? We was still pulling up to parties and stuff after wins, after games. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We seeing it's crazy because we was seeing Adoree, we was seeing Juju, and I'm like, man, it used to motivate me. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get to where they at. I see them balling on Saturdays. I'm like, I'm gonna get to where they at. And I told Adoree that because we was training at the same facility. I told him that like, bro, I used to watch you. Like we in the same class, we came out together, but like I
Damn.
used to watch you when I was in JUCO. Like you really motivated me type thing. So it was dope.
So how'd you end up at Kansas State? Because I'm pretty sure if you had an offer to Kansas State, you had other offers. I know me, somebody who, out of college, I ended up in Arkansas. I ain't never been out of California. I'm way in somewhere I ain't never been before. And the culture shock that it was for me. What was it like for you going from, the Bakersfield area to, SoCal all the way to Kansas State?
Like you said, bro, culture shock. I mean, everybody was white. Like and then I mean, straight up, like everybody was
No,
white.
yeah.
It was no diversity. I didn't see, I'm from Cali. I didn't see any Mexicans. I didn't see nobody. It was just
Yes.
white people. So, people say that's, oh, everybody's the same. Like, no, like I'm used to culture where I'm from. Like I'm used to seeing everybody. So it was for sure different in that part. And also it was super slow, bro. It was like, I remember I called my mom, like, Mom, I'm about to come back home. Like my first year there in the summer, I was so bored. I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, Mom, I'm about to come back home and probably try to go somewhere else. She was like, Boy, you got a scholarship. You better figure it out. So, so that's what I did. But yeah, it was different, bro.
Yeah, and that's how it was for me. I tell people all the time, even people out here, they're like, what's the difference between like here in California? I'm like, man, California, you know, super diverse. Here, you either see white people or black people. And back then, I didn't even see mixed people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even see mixed people. So even that was crazy. But, obviously at Kansas State, play cornerback, play on the outside, come to the, now you're entering the draft. What was the draft day process like? Kind of waiting for your name to get called.
I mean, honestly, I knew I was going to get drafted. That wasn't the thing. It was more so when I was going to get drafted because I was hearing I was going to get drafted in the third round. I'm hearing I was going to get drafted in the fourth round, the fifth round. And that was like the latest I heard. So really just watching it, I mean, I was kind of surprised I didn't get drafted earlier just because I put out an All American year. So I'm like, okay, I see the All Americans. I see Jair, I see Denzel Ward, and then I was an All American. So I'm like, bet I'm with these dudes. But you know what I'm saying? That's not what it was. And then I mean, when I went to the combine, I remember I forgot who I was talking to, but they was just like, if you were 2 inches taller, if you was 5'11", we would draft you in the first round. And I was just like, damn. I was like, damn, bro, why did you tell me that? Like, I'm like, bro, I can't control that. But it was just, it was just humbling because a lot of teams, most teams, just see me as a slot corner just because of my height. But I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I played on the outside in the Big 12 and was strapping everybody. And I'm just like, damn, like they're just gonna base it off my measurables. So I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. But in the back of my mind, I was like, hopefully I get a shot to play outside, and that, obviously that came by this year, and I got to show what I could do a little bit.
I think that was the craziest thing for me to see when you're drafted because I've been pushing this thing and I was a bigger corner, 6'1". I was listed at 6'2", but 6'1", almost 200 pounds. But I'm always fighting for the smaller guy because my mindset is, and I've watched enough film on this, if you can cover, you can cover. Like, and
Hmm.
people always, well, big receivers. And I'm like, man, like 6'2" corners get dogged at the catch point just like a smaller one guy. But at the end of the day, can you cover? And I've seen smaller guys put themselves in position to be able to knock passes away just as well as anybody else. So that's always been my mindset. But then you get to the 49ers, and I'm hearing in rookie minicamp, they got you lined up at safety and all these other things. I'm like, what? So what was that
Yeah.
transition like, kind of bouncing around to different positions? You've been playing corner your whole life, outside corner at that. Then you get to the NFL and they're talking about, oh, you're a nickel or you're a safety. What was your mindset with that, and just what was that experience like?
I mean, honestly, bro, my rookie year, obviously I came in with the mindset like whatever they want me to play, I'm gonna do type thing. But I mean, me and T Moore, to keep it real, we talked about it. Like T Moore was an All-American at safety in college, and they wanted to make him a corner, and he didn't play. He never played corner. Like you can't just, a few dudes is Jalen Ramsey that could play safety and go dominate that corner on some like natural
Yeah,
instincts and technique. Like that's rare, bro. Like T Moore was playing corner because they liked his length, his size, but he's a safety. He's a middle of the field safety. He can play in the box. He makes plays on the ball. Like that's what T Mo does. He not out there on the island isolated. Like oh I got him strapped. Don't worry about this. That's just not what it
yeah,
was. Vice versa with me. I'm, I remember. I remember I'm playing free safety, bro. I got to call all these checks, bro. I'm used to playing corner. Just put me over there, and he's out the game. Or, what I'm saying? I'm playing a zone, a cover three. I could get that done. Whatever you need, quarters, whatever, cover two, whatever you need, I can do that corner stuff. That's easy money. Like, don't worry about that receiver. Easy bread. Now I'm in the middle of the field. I'm seeing 3-by-1. I'm like, hey, middle, middle. Hey, trips, far gun. I gotta make, what I'm saying, signals to the corner. Hey, we cloud. Bro, I was not used to that my rookie year. I'd never done
yeah.
that. So I'm back there. My head is spinning. Instead of playing, I'm out there thinking, which you don't want young guys out there thinking. So it was different, but I felt like nickel was a smoother adjustment because it was more like corner. I could come off the edge on blitzes and stuff. But when it's man to man, I'm covering someone. So like I feel like I was successful at nickel because it's similar to corner.
I think that's the part that people don't understand. When I went to the Jets, and I came from small school, then the Arena League, then I got picked up, so I was there throughout the entire offseason, OTAs, the whole thing. And I'm thinking, because I remember doing my workout, they're like, "Have you ever played safety?" And I'm like, "Nah, but if y'all need me to, I will." Right?
Yeah,
Fast forward till we get to OTAs, and I start seeing the responsibility that the safety got. I'm like, man, y'all leave me on the corner, because I mean, they literally had to know every single check, the strength, this, that. If it's trips, if it's 2-by-1, but then somebody motions over, they're really like the quarterbacks of the defense. And like you, I was used to being like,
exactly.
hey, it's cover one, cover two, cover three, and I'm just gonna play, whatever they call. But
Yeah.
you talked about being able to play outside when you got to Seattle. Before we get to that, I just wanted to kind of know what was the where were you at mentally when you're trying to fight through this adversity? You done fought through adversity to get to this point, whether it was having to walk on that Fresno State, having to go JUCO, going all the way across the country to somewhere you ain't been, is way different than anything you've ever experienced. Then you get drafted. They're talking about all these different positions, and then you get hurt. And then the team that drafted you, I don't want to say they gave up on you, but I've noticed that you've kind of used that as kind of a chip on your shoulder with just that whole situation and how it played out. What was your mindset when all that happened and just kind of getting let go? How did you feel at that moment?
Yeah, so how I feel now about it is completely different than how I felt at the time. At the time, I did feel like, they gave up on me. Like I was a draft pick. I tore my pec trying to get ready for the season. It's not like I was doing something dumb. I was literally training to get ready for the season, and something freakish happened. I tore my pec bench pressing. And when they released me, it was kind of just like, okay, like what you gonna do now? Like you already been through this before. So I took it as motivation to get back, to play and dominate. But now I look back at it, I get what John did. I mean, I wasn't a starter at the time, so if I was a GM and a role player got hurt, I mean, and he might be out for the whole season, you don't know how he's gonna come back. This is supposed to be a 6 to 12 month recovery. I mean, if I was a GM and he wasn't a starter, honestly, I feel like I'm not investing that much into him. Like, I wasn't a first round draft pick. I'm not making millions of dollars. So, I probably would have put that player on, I think it's called NFI too, in hopes
Yeah.
to, get him back. But obviously, the Seahawks picked me up. It was three teams that were interested. It was the Seahawks, the Bills, and the Texans. So it was kind of surprising for me to get picked up because I didn't think I was gonna get picked up. I had a torn pec, but yeah, it was crazy that. like even my agent, he was like, bro, this doesn't happen. And he was like, you're a hell of a player. He was like, you're a hell of a player. Teams think highly of you to pick you up after you just tore your pec. Like that's not. He was like, that happens 10%, if that, of the time when guys get hurt in the off season, off site.
So how was it? How was that initial conversation with Pete Carroll? Just kind of meeting him for the first time, because I know, and I'm not putting words in your mouth or anything like that, but going from somebody like Kyle Shanahan, who seems a little bit more like cold, a little bit like just like strictly business. That's what it seems like, at least from the outside looking in. And then going to somebody like Pete Carroll, who seems like super player coach and just like a lot of energy, especially for an old guy. He's like 70-something years old. But how was that initial conversation between you and him, and what was kind of his plans for you?
Yeah, but I mean, Kyle with me, like Kyle's hella cool. Like he's a player coach as well. He's
Yeah.
super chill. Obviously, he's not jumping around like Pete. Pete is like I want to say he got like a hippie personality. Like he's in the '80s. Like he's just dancing. Like he he's literally like that off camera. Like Pete is that's just his personality. I feel like that's what keeps him young. But it was kind of surprising at first because I didn't really know how Pete was gonna, I guess, be. But he welcomed me in. One thing the Seahawks do, they welcome you in, and it's just like a non-judgmental zone. Like they dealt with guys like Sherm, Marshawn, so they dealt with guys with personalities, and as long as you're doing your job on that field, you could do whatever you want. Really, like it's very free.
How was that when you got back out corner? Then you got picked against the 49ers, picking up Jimmy Garoppolo. What was that feeling like? Because me as a big 49er fan, I'm pretty sure you know this, I was excited for you, though, because I root for the underdogs. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
love. That's
And
love. I appreciate that.
I saw that moment, and I was just like, I tweeted something out about it, too. Like, man, like, what was that moment like?
Oh man, you got to think, bro. I came back in 3.5 months, which is that's pretty crazy. Like even my doctors, the trainers was like, bro, I don't know how you did that. So I was really rehabbing my butt off, and to get my first career interception against the former team that released me, that felt good, bro. Straight up, like that felt real good. I love the dudes that's there. I got love for a lot of dudes there. A lot of respect for a lot of guys. One of my close friends is Fred. A lot of respect for Fred. A lot of respect for E-Man. So happy E-Man got paid. Being undrafted, he went through a hell of a story to get to where he's at. Got a lot of respect for them, but when it's between them white lines, it's straight business, and
Yeah.
that's how I approached it. And we show love. I show love after the game.
And what was that initial conversation like with Kelly Witherspoon once he signed? Because now it's like, from the outside looking in, it's like, man, like you guys legitimately have a shot to be, the starting outside corners. What was the conversation like, kind of welcoming him to really a divisional rival?
Yeah, so Akello hit me up before he signed. Right before he signed, he was just like, he just asked me how is it here, and I just told him you're gonna love it here. I said the atmosphere is good. You're gonna be able to focus. I said it's a clean start. Pete, what I'm saying, he gonna sharpen your tools up, like he gonna get you right. You could just be yourself here, and he was just like say less, and he ended up signing. So for him to reach out, he just wanted to know like what it was, and I believe he reached out to Sherm too, but yeah, he definitely reached out. You know what I'm saying? Akello, like I tell a lot of people, I feel like Akello is misunderstood. Obviously, he had ups and downs with the Niners, but I mean, I watched him my sophomore year. I watched him shut down Mike Evans. Like the first 6 games, bro. He was, I don't know if people remember, but he was
I,
playing damn near like an
I
all pro.
remember.
If an all pro, I'm talking about locked in with number one receivers, strapping dudes. Like so I mean, if he gets back to that level, it's gonna be fun.
Man, that's what's up. Well, I know you got things, you got to handle, man. I appreciate you for your time. Is there anything that you want to plug before you get out of here?
Oh no, man. Just want to tell everybody, self-care is the best care. Take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically. Focus on yourself. Surround yourself with good energy.
That's what's
That's
up.
it.
That's what's up. Man, well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on. And I'm looking at the comments. I've been looking at the comments since we started talking, and a lot of 49er fans, they're like, they miss you, and they're kind of, upset that the 49ers let you go. But just know that it's all love. Looks like all love from the 49er faithful, man.
That's love, man. I appreciate y'all too, faithful. That's love. Appreciate it.
All right, dog. Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right, that was DJ Reed, man. Came on, showed some love. I appreciate everybody coming in here, jumping in the chat. All the comments. I was reading the comments as they were going, but obviously I didn't want to interrupt the story. Crazy story, right? I mean, a guy that had to fight through all the adversity, and I think that's all of us, right? Like that's all of us. I could talk about all the adversity I've had to play through or really go through just to kind of have an opportunity to play at the NFL level. Everyone in this chat goes through, different type of adversities throughout their lives. I think, stories like his can be, motivating to all of us to kind of, let us know that everybody goes through stuff. So I appreciate everybody jumping in here, all the Niner gang, all the Niner faithful. I'm going to try to, get somebody else on. I got another guy lined up. We'll see if he has time this week. If not, maybe next week. But this is a big guy that I think everybody will enjoy. All right. But until next time, I appreciate everybody coming in here. If you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and all that good stuff. I'm going to keep bringing the content like Harvey Hughes just said. I'm going to keep bringing that content and stay faithful, y'all. I'm out. Peace.